Yechane developma, malo na imebile emebi. Akoda bale day, channel so mola bobi. Kabankete, you la drop a man funny. Before you call, you consider about the road to Julava Johnny. Oyo bado na cha, yeman koni chikumbo cha. Dapuzi aloma na chimolu, oge mudu hapa mbuchi echewa. So no dia silana, neman wata montelo cha. Kamarazi sora mansha, ifada buwana mepa. Obeloge na, ega doa kai. Ega doa kai, ega doa kai. Me cholia, ega. Yechane developma, malo na imebile emebi. Akoda bale day, channel so mola bobi. Kabankete, you la drop a man funny. Before you call, you consider about the road to Julava Johnny. Oyo bado na cha, yeman koni chikumbo cha. Dapuzi aloma na chimolu, oge mudu hapa mbuchi echewa. So no dia silana, neman wata montelo cha. Kamarazi sora mansha, ifada buwana mepa. Obeloge na, ega doa kai. Ega doa kai, ega doa kai. Me cholia, ega numpoto.
Thank you, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Depending on your time zone, I salute you from here. Everyone that is out there, I greet you. Today is the day that the Lord have made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And remember, we remind the world today that today is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's day, a day that the Biafrans have been demonstrating for the past 4 years now, that we are ready and prepared to leave the zoological republic called Nigeria is today. Today has been the day that we have demonstrated our readiness and conducting a self-referendum for the past 3 years or 4 years now. That the world have seen our readiness, that the Biafra Republic government in exile, that the Biafrans are prepared and ready to take the bull by the horn, that our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is not making an empty noise, that everything, every assembly in our land is ready and prepared, as giving their consent to the Biafra Republic government in exile to speak. Much Biafrans, men and women of goodwill, as you come share this program, do well to share this program, do well to like it, subscribe if you're a new timer. I see my own sister Margaret. Margaret, you are welcome. It's been long. I salute you from here. You are welcome. I want to, without wasting much of our time, I want to salute immensely our Prime Minister. He's our succor today. He's a man. I call him my consoler. You know, if you read the account, the book of Numbers, if I'm not mistaken, the account of Noah, I think in the book of Genesis, the account of Noah. If you ask Google the interpretation or the meaning of Noah, Noah is just a son or a child of consolation. That is what Simon Ekpa is. And that happened to be my name. That is every Christian, yeah, they say you will go through baptism and they have to give you another name apart from Ifani, apart from Okeke, apart from Okafu, apart from Okechukwu, apart from Ifani Chukwu, apart from all these names. They have to give you another name. But this particular one is unique, a son of consolation. And that is what our prime minister is to the Biafrans, a son of consolation. Without him coming to console our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, without him coming to fit in on the shoe of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to support him, to be Joshua and Caleb, to be Aaron that is supporting the hand of Moses, for it not to grow weary, for it not to grow weak, everything would have happened to us by now. I'm going to analyze the video you're seeing on the screen. I'll play the voice. You will hear what TINUBU said. You hear what TINUBU said. We don't have any business on what they are saying, but there's a striking points on what he said. And that is the reason why we are fighting today. And that is the reason why Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing to secure freedom, lasting solution to the problem of the Biafrans. Because without freedom of the Biafrans, there might not be any lasting solution to the problem of the Biafrans. And Biafrans did not want a temporal solution to the predicament we are undergoing today. We want a lasting solution. And the only remedy to that solution is the restoration of Biafra. And that is what every Biafra child in the year 1967, when the quadrum was metal boys were in the army, and they were asked, why do you think Biafrans are fighting? And one of the soldiers, the men, said, Biafrans are fighting for survival. And survival is enshrined in every known law, that you have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to defend yourself against tyranny. When your life is being threatened to be killed, you have the right to defend yourself. And that is what the Biafrans have been doing since 1914 amalgamation to this day. And we have never given up one bit since the day the contraption called Zoological Republic was amalgamated. So this afternoon or this morning or this night, as the case may be in your own location, we are going to look critically on what TINUBU said. You might look at it and you will be criticizing Tinubu and say, what strong decisions are you making? What these ones are you making? I'm going to point out for you from the things from his own point of view, and I will channel it to the point of view of the Prime Minister of the Republic, government in exile, and the de facto government in homeland of the Biafrans. His own point of view and why he's doing what he's doing. Because somebody must have to stand out and call a spade a spade. Without wasting much of our time, I salute each and every one of you once more. I salute each and every one of you once more. Listen and listen very attentively to this revelation that TINUBU made. This revelation was made a few days ago and is not in Nigeria. He's in outside the country, making these decisions. For those that will tell us, come back home now, come to Nigeria and do your agitation, come to Nigeria, do this one, come to Nigeria, do that one. Your presidents, the voice I will be playing for you now, the strong decisions are some strong decisions that he is making that is affecting you negatively today, is being orchestrated from outside the shores of Nigeria. So you get the point now. Do you see the reason why Mazi Simon Ekpa can be in heaven and give an order and it will be happening in Biafra land? Because everything that is working for the good of the Biafrans are backing him up. And there's nothing the enemy can do to weaken his. There's nothing the enemy can do to weaken the resolve of the Biafrans. Let's play this video. Let me play this voice for you to be for you to bear our Prime Minister witness, and for you to bear Biafrans witness that what we are doing is not out of any other thing but for self-preservation and for self-defense. Listen to the drug lord.
A very strong phase. The country is going through a very strong phase of reform.
He said that the country is going through a very strong phase of reform. A very strong phase of reform. And let me break it down for you. The strong phase of reform that the Nigerian state is going through today is they want to conceal, they want to seal, they want to consolidate their hegemony over the so-called citizen of theirs. They want to seal the evil they have perpetrated against the citizens. That is the strong face that Nigeria is going today. Your suffering is about to be multiplied because you have been tested, you have been weighed in a scale, and you have found one thing, that you can never rise to the occasion to stand on your feet to defend your right. That is one thing they have found out. They have found out that the moronic tendency that they have been planning for you over the years have actually materialized. That you can never kick against your pain, that you can never rise to the occasion to stop your pain. This is one thing that they have tested over the years, and they have come to the conclusion that they have ended up making you a moron, getting you to the place that they want you to be. That is why TINUBU, the drug lord that came into power through bribery and corruption, is telling you that Nigeria is going through a strong phase of reform. You ask TINUBU, what are you reforming about Nigeria? What is the reform you're making in Nigeria? Are you recovering the stolen fund that have been looted by your counterpart, which you are one of them? You have stolen from, and say, Nigerians, this is your trillions in dollars that I participated to steal, to rob you of your future. I'm pushing it back into the society to give you a good road, to give you a good job, to give you a good, a steady electricity, to give you this and that. Have he done that? Since he's making a strong decision of reforming the situation or reforming the system, he will start it by himself. But because this is another scam, this is another scam that he's scamming his gullible ones. Because as many that call themselves Nigeria, you are already a moron. A zombie is far better than you, because once the zombies that we see in a movie, nobody has seen zombie in the physical. But if you want to see zombies in the real world, in the real times, you go to Nigeria, you will see zombies. People that does not feel pain. People that can never rise to the occasion. But there's something I know about zombies. Zombies, once they are after a thing, they go after it. It doesn't matter the type of attack you're giving to them. It doesn't matter even if you're killing them. Zombies have this even qualification. They have these qualities in them. But the so-called zombies of Nigeria has no qualities in them. They don't know when something is coming after them to eliminate them. They don't even have any direction. They don't even have anything that they're going after. They are just people that are living their life, whatever tomorrow brings. But the Biafrans cannot be part and parcel of a reform that has no change intent in it. If you're going through a strong phase of reform, just like the Biafra Republic government in exile has taken the responsibilities to lead the Biafrans to a strong phase of reform, of restoring Biafra, that has made it possible that for more than 3.5 years now, we have been sitting at home every Monday, just like today is Monday, go throughout the Biafran territory, everywhere is under lock and key. And this has been observed for more than 3.5 years now. That is going through a strong phase of reform that will not only benefit an individual, that will not only benefit a clique of individuals that are corrupt-minded, but that will benefit the whole nation, the whole citizens of Biafra. That is what differs from the corrupt entity and the tyrannical rules. And when the people of good faith are manslaughter. I don't know if we get this now. He said it's coming from his mouth that Nigeria is going through a strong phase of reform. Biafra is also going through a strong phase of reform. And Mazi Simon Banjoku, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, is the head, is the one leading Biafrans through these hurdles of time, through this difficult moment, these difficult decisions that have been made that will only gear us to a freedom to mount up our wings like eagle and fly like every other countries are flying today. That our people, our talented children will be able to showcase their God-given talent and will be able to showcase what God has imparted in their life, and they will use it to impart others. But the reform that TINUBU is bringing is to condition you not to be able to speak, not to be able to do anything on your own, not to be able to challenge the government. That is why they have intensified your poverty. They intensified your poverty. They sell crude oil and share it among themselves. The other day, the Senate president, the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, was mentioning money that one of them looted. And he said, I cannot even mention this money. I cannot even pronounce, I cannot even call this amount. It was an outrageous amount that he cannot even comprehend it. He cannot even mention it. He kept on repeating himself until he surrendered and said, I cannot do this. That is the type of reform that TINUBU is bringing for you. But the reform that Mazi Simon Banjoku, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that have refused to give up the ghost, that have refused to surrender to the tyrannical rule of the hegemonic tendency of the Islamic nation of this world and the tyrannical rule of Britain. He refused to give up just for you to have a brighter future tomorrow. Somebody is paying the ultimate price. Men are paying the ultimate price. And the men of 1967, 1970 has paid. Over 5 million children paid for this reform you are seeing today. That's why Biafra will never fail. That's why when you are looking at Biafra to fail, Biafra will never fail. Biafra will never fail. Why? Because Elohim Elohim is with us. That is why Biafra will never fail. Sorry about that, is the network. That is why Biafra will never fail. The phase of reform that the Biafrans are going today is tackling the situation that have kept us down for ages. For our children not to suffer the same fate. TINUBU said that Nigeria is currently going through a very strong reform. Biafra is currently going through a strong reform. What are those reforms from the tyrannical rule of the Royal Niger Company called Nigeria? That is the reformation that is ongoing. Listen to this man.
The country is going through a very
Hold on, let me play the voice for you. Let me play the voice for you. Let me play the voice for you.
a very strong phase of reform.
Let me
The
start.
country is going through a very strong phase of reform.
The country is currently going through a very strong phase of reform. But the question is, the current phase of reform that the country is going through, is it for the benefit of who? That is the big question that you need to answer. Both you that is looking at me, you that is watching and hearing my voice, the current situation that the Nigerians are undergoing, the current reform that Nigerians are undergoing, is it for the benefit of who? To what end is this reform? To what end? Who is this reform going to benefit more? Is it to the benefit of the masses? The capital answer is no, capital no. Is it to the benefit of those that call themselves Nigerians? The answer remains no. But this reform is to give more power to those that call themselves legislators, those that call themselves governors, those that call themselves local government chairman, those that find themselves in the corridor of power, to give more power to rob the masses more, deny them of every right to speak, deny them of every right that they ever have, deny them every right even to live. That is the strong reform that Nigeria is currently going, that if Biafra did not break this criminal entity, people will live like zombies and die like zombies. And that is what the Biafrans will never allow. That is why you see the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile going through sleepless night, making a lot of sacrifice to make sure that the hegemonic tendency of these evildoers will be clamped, will be curtailed, that people will not continue to lament and lament and lament. If I play some videos for you, internet is full of lamentation without remedy, without action, without any hope. There's a lady, let me even look for that video. Just hold on. Let me look for the video and play it for you if I lay my hand on it now. If I just hold on. Let me play one of the lamentations. Biafrans don't lament. We move into actions, and once we move into actions, we intend to achieve the reason why we move. Made that ran away from a land that is flowing with milk and honey to South Africa, seeking a greener pasture. For you to see what Nigeria, this is the type of reform that TINUBU want to bring. This is the type of reform TINUBU want to bring. This is the type of reform that Nigeria has ever offered you. This is the type of hard decisions that Nigeria has ever made. Send you out of your land where you have no legal rights, where you have no ground, where you will become immigrants, where you become a total stranger. Look at this, our brother, that if you look at him, look at the face, you will see a brighter future that Nigeria has buried. This man is totally a moron as you're looking at him now. He don't even know what, he don't even know. His life is full of frustration. He's been frustrated in South Africa. Why? Because Nigeria over the years since 1914 amalgamation has been taking wrong decision of reform to make sure that the Biafrans are being tamed, are being constrained, are being put to cage. So any way that they can do that to push us out of our land for them to occupy it, they will do it. And that's what they have been doing over the years. Look at this, our brother, and I want to also use this medium. If you know this, our brother, he resides in South Africa, and as he stands now, he doesn't have any place to live. He doesn't have any shelter. He doesn't have any home. He's homeless. He's literally living close to a restaurant, and I don't even know the restaurant, the people that are selling restaurant there doesn't give him any food, doesn't give him anything. Nobody cares about him. And as you're looking at him, it's like a vehicle hit him. His leg, two of his legs is literally swallowed up. So this our brother need urgent attention. Please, if you know him and you know the family, make sure you reach out so that this brother will be brought back home, and only God will bless you. Back to the video we are treating. I just want to bring to you the type of reform that the Nigerian terrorist state has been given to our people, and the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile has said enough is enough of all this their nonsense. We are not interested in any type of reform you're bringing, because the reforms that you have bring over the years has never benefited any of us, and we don't care the type of reform you're bringing anymore, because we have seen where you are going, and that is where we stand. Listen to the drug lord. There are more things that he said. All the things he said is key point. And if you're not understanding enough, you will just overlook the things that TINUBU said here. These are very strong words that TINUBU used. But these strong words, if you're a novice or if you're not in Nigeria, but I know everybody that is living in this planet Earth, know Nigeria to be a very, in fact, the domain of Lucifer. So whenever they are speaking, the outside the world are looking at them and saying, these ones, what he sees, what these people are evil. These people are corrupt. These people, there's nothing good that will ever come out from them. Listen to TINUBU and his reformation agenda. Listen.
The country is going through a very strong phase of reform. And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision.
Do you hear that? One thing many of us fail to understand is for you to cause a change, more especially a very drastic change, a very positive change out of your oppressor, when you are being oppressed, when you are being under the tyrannical government, you need a very drastic decision, a very hard decision. Tinubu said that this type of reform that is coming is accompanied with a very drastic decision, a very hard one at that. That's why when the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile are making some decisions and dishing out some guidelines on the Biafrans, telling them on the way we have to go, because these are not orders. You give orders to people that are not willing to do what you want them to do. But the Prime Minister is giving instruction, guidelines to the Biafrans, because Biafrans are looking for a way to escape death from the hand of the Islamic nation. So they now see their own son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, the head, the one that is directing the affairs of the Biafrans now, is only giving directions on what the Biafrans must have to do for them to be free, totally free from this hegemonic tendency of the caliphate. And one of those instructions and decisions are hard ones, are ones that you will look at and you will say, how are we going to come out of this? How are we going to go around it? There's hunger, there's pain, there's a lot of things, but we must have to endure this temporal pain to achieve a lasting solution and a permanent solution to our problem. But to the solution and the hard decision that the Nigerian state is taking is to prolong your suffering, to make your suffering perpetual, to make your suffering endless. But the decisions that the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa, is making is to end your suffering, to make your suffering stop. That is the difference. And we, the Biafrans, both home and abroad, must make every decision to align with the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile in every hard decisions that are coming out now on this 1 month sit at home, on the ones that are to follow afterwards, and the ones that will follow afterwards until the declaration in December. We have decided, we are determined. Our resolve is to follow every strong decision that is coming from the decks of the Biafra Republic government in exile, that is coming from the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Let's listen to this man.
And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision. For example, you might be hearing from a few days about fuel prices.
For example, do you see the reform that is bringing? He said, for example, that the hard decisions that they are making, for example, you might be hearing from home. You know, I told you earlier when we are starting this broadcast that he's not currently in Nigeria. That some of these decisions are not made in Nigeria. He made them from outside the country. And the Biafrans are making their own decisions from outside the Biafra territory to control and to curtail the excesses of the terrorist state of Nigeria against the citizens of Biafra. Because it's only the Biafrans that have citizens. And if you care to protect your own citizen, you must have to adhere to everything that the Biafra Republic government in exile is doing. If you care about your own citizen, that you don't want them to join the reform that the terrorist state is bringing that will cause their doom, you must align yourself on the hard decisions to break out of the terrorist state that British created. If you fail to do it, you will become a victim. Just like you're currently a collateral damage. You're currently in Nigeria as a collateral damage. You will see what collateral damage is used for. If you refuse to stand on your toe, stand on your feet, and take a hard decisions, and stop looking for easy things. Stop looking for easy way out. Because cutting costs, they first of all initiated every Nigerian into this system of cutting costs. That everybody is already overwhelmed, that due process become a problem. If a Nigerian wants to pass through school, he will cut costs or she will cut costs. If she wants to get a job in the company, she will cut costs or he will cut costs. Whatever they want to do, they cut costs. Training to join the army, you cut costs. Training to be a pilot, you cut costs. Training to be a naval officer, you cut costs. Everything they cut costs, all of them is not qualified to occupy any office they are occupying today, because their system in their DM deposited element of not being able to endure a due process. And for them to intensify their wicked tendency against you, they have to make you in a way that you, because once you have money, let me tell you one thing, the type of reform why Nigeria is going through this wicked reform over the years. If you are comfortable and doing, you got educated, because you are educated. Number one, you see clear. One thing it will do for you is that you begin to see clear. You train your children in school, they themselves rise up and begin to see. Keep you down, not to develop your mental state, your IQ.
A very strong face.
To keep you down, sorry about for the break, for them to keep you down, develop yourself. They have to impose you. Once you are struggling to eat a daily meal, before you eat, you while away 20 years, you while away 30 years. Before you know it, your 40s, you are in your 50s. You have not really thought about any other thing, but you are only struggling to put a food table of your family. Before you know it, you are gone. They come to get to all this. If you're lost, if you're not lucky enough, you will join your ancestors before your time. Why? Because the decisions, the hard decisions that the Nigerian state have been making over the years is a decision to tame you, is a decision to make sure that you are tamed. It's a decision to make sure that you are relegated to the ground floor. It's a decision to make sure that you did not raise your head. It's a decision to make sure that you join their evil. It's a decision to make sure that if you must amount to anything, you must be a wicked man like them. It's a decision that before you amount to anything, you must be a criminal like them. That's why they established the to make sure that you can never do anything on your own. That's why they implemented and take all these hard decisions and all these reform that they have been making over the years, to make sure that no matter how you run, you can never outrun them. Because at the end of the day, if you study this one, all the knowledge that you have acquired over the years, you can never use it against them. Because for you to amount to anything, you will come to them. You must have to come to them and they will approve you. They will ask you, who do you know? Who do you know in the government? Do you have a senator? Did the senator come from your family? Did your father have any senator friend? Do you know the governor? Is your brother or your uncle a local government chairman? So at the end of the day, you will come down to their level and they will condition you. All those things that you have at heart, that you want to be, you want to cause a change in your own generation, that you want to make sure that this system that have killed so many people, that this system that have made the youth to be wayward, that this system that have made the youth to be callous, that this system back in the evening. In a few minutes from now. But we have to finish this voice. So as you come in, please do well to share the program. Do well to share the program. Do well to like it. Do well to subscribe if you're a new time. Share it to all platforms. Come and hear and get the from the deception. Friends, we never fall a victim. And what we are doing is also to send also. So they will start running while the sun is still shining. For them, the sun is still shining. Listen to this voice. I'm going to play it once more.
For example, you might be hearing from home now in a few days about fuel prices. But can we help it? Can we develop?
You might be hearing of the suffering of the people, the hike in fuel price. Some part of the Zoological Republic, they are selling a liter of fuel for 2,000. Some part of the country, they are selling it for 1,250 naira. Some part they are selling for 1,600. Everybody. And this man said, can we help it? He said no, because their reform is not to help to remedy the situation, but rather to intensify it. If your suffering was 2% before, they want to raise it to the volume of 1,000% suffering. If your lack and want was 95, your suffering. And that is the reform they are bringing himself. Can we help this? Can we remedy the situation? There's no plan. There's nothing. They don't have any plan for remedying the situation of the citizen of Nigeria. That's why you that is a Biafran that are listening to me today, you must have aligned yourself to the strong decisions and the reform that they bring your situation all the years that you have lived, apart from some of us that are living outside. Some of the Biafrans that are living outside that have crossed the shores of this of that damnable republic called Nigeria. If you travel from here to any other country that is outside Nigeria, you will be like a man that veil have been covering over the years, and the thing will be lifted. The very beam of darkness will be lifted from your eyes, and you begin to see the clear picture. A man was asked, I will bring that video at the course of this thing we are discussing this morning. In the evening, I will bring that video of that guy to you. A man of 60-something years. He was asked, are you going, if they give you like 50 pounds to go back to Nigeria? He said, what the heck am I going to be doing with 50 pounds? Even if you should give me 1 million pounds, I'm not going to Nigeria. He said, look at him. that he's 65 and he doesn't even look like 65, that he traveled to Nigeria, to the zoological damnable republic, that some 25 years old boys, 14, 10 years old boys are looking like 100 years old men because of the type of agony that they are undergoing. And that same agony that have made young girls and young men, that have pushed them into crime, that have made them to age, grow gray hairs when they should not. But because of the suffering, the type of thinking, the type of pressure that is on them, they grow gray hairs in the tender age. They grow old in the tender age. You will look at a young man of 25 years that should be full of life, that should look like under 10, under 14. He will look like a 85 years old man. You will see veins all over the place. You look at the face, all the faces are wrinkled. This man said, no, the small thing that I'm getting here, I'm okay with it. Look at me, I'm 60 something, 65 or 68, he said. But he doesn't look it. That he look like a 25 or 30 years old man. That he don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. That he will live here till he die. But who made it possible? Some persons take a very drastic decisions and made a very strong reform that put that system, that him as a stranger, a total stranger in that land, are even living comfortable as if that place is his homeland. A stranger is living comfortable in another man's home, prefers a strange place, prefers a foreign land to his home. That is the evil. That is the virus that the Biafra Republic government in exile wants to curtail. That is the evil the Biafra Republic government in exile want to abolish from our land. That the land flowing with milk and honey that Elohim give to us, a greener pasture that Elohim give to us, will feed us. That we will find succor and comfort in this land that Elohim give to us. That we will not find comfortability in a strange land. That we will not prefer a strange land more than our own house. Our people used to say there's nothing like home. No place like home. But this man said, I have seen a place better than home. Because once you are from a Nigeria, once you call yourself a Nigerian, once you're coming from this business empire, you will prefer many other places more than the home you come from. Because the home you come from, what he poses on you, what he holds for you is death. What he holds for you is suffering. What he holds for you is bad future. Bad future. No future at all. Listen to this man. You will hear what he said. There's something that he said I want you to listen to. There's something he said I want you to listen to. Hold on. There's something he said I want you to listen to. Because he's telling you, oh, before we get electricity, how can we get electricity? How can we get this?
The country is going through a very being constant and running, electricity being constant. Can we develop? You use their good about fuel prices. But can we help it? Can we develop? You use their good roads there. You see electricity being constant. You see water supply being constant and running. What is the critical path to get?
Do you see how these criminals, they deceive people? He said, he's trying to tell you what they want to achieve in this reform that they are embarking on. on these hard decisions that they are embarking on. And he's telling you that how do you want this steady electricity to continue? The question is, call anybody in the Nigeria now and ask him, when last do you see? Last 3 months. Some will tell you the last 2 years. Some will tell you the last 2 months. Some will tell you the last 2 weeks. Some will tell you for 1 week now, depending on the area you went to. Then he said, how do you want us to continue having a steady running water anywhere in Nigeria that you will see and you say, this is Nigeria that built this water reservoir, is them that will build. Go to Calabar where they used to have water board, and in Enugu that they used to have water board. None of the water board is running anymore. Even in Onitsha area, I could still remember vividly, in many years back, they used to have water board there. Nothing is functioning anymore. In all the parts of the country, nothing is working again. And that is why the decisions of the Biafrans to exit this tyrannical government, this Janjaweedic government, is sacrosanct, is final, and there's nothing any mortal man can do about it. He said, how do you want to achieve all this without you taking a drastic decision? So I want to use the TINUBU's word to remind you as a Biafran that before we will have this freedom, where you will be regarded, where you will be seen as a citizen, where you will be treated like a citizen, where you will not be treated like a moron, where you will not be treated like an outcast. We have to take this drastic decision of sitting at homes when the order is being given. We have to take this decision of using our money to fund this movement. We have to take that decision of helping this message to go far and wide, just like we are doing now. We must have to correct the propaganda of yesterday. We must have to correct all those evil news they have given, they have paraded against the Biafrans. We have to correct them. And we have corrected them. And the hard decisions are being made to free us from the hegemony of the Nigerian state.
It's there. If we cannot take hard, painful decisions to
Biafrans will have to take a hard and painful decisions to make our life worth living again. If we did not stand up on our feet like men and women, because what we have in our women are warriors, like the warriors that chased away the British tax collectors against the men of the Biafrans many years ago, Aba riot. If we did not stand up to do what many other countries that are living and enjoying freedom did, we can never, nobody will give us freedom at a platter of gold. Nobody will see you and say, oh, these people have suffered so much, let's have mercy on them. The more you suffer, the more they have an advantage on you, the more they will send you to oblivion if you did not stand up to do something. And the Biafrans are already doing something.
the way. Now is to provide the leadership that is necessary, and I'm committed to that.
Questions have been asked over the years. Who is going to wear the shoe of Ojukwu? We needed, Biafrans needed the necessary, the qualified leadership. Not like the IPOP Nigeria. Not like the career agitators. Not like those that say that they are celebrity freedom fighters. But those that are qualified to take decisions, strong decisions, very strong face of reform that will get the Biafrans to a place of succor. And we find those people in Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazen Simon Ekpa, that is currently piloting the affairs of the Biafrans. We find those leadership, quality leadership that is needed in them. And we are not backing down anytime soon until Biafra is achieved. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I salute each and every one of you from here. We have stayed a long while here. I didn't even want this program to get to this point, but whatever it is for the good. Thank you so much for being there. If there's anybody that wants to come in to the studio, I will be making available the link to join the studio if you so wish. I'll be making the link available.
A very
for you
strong phase
to join.
Of reform.
I'm coming.
And
hold on.
This reform is taking a very bold and hard decision.
Hold on. They have taken bold and hard decision for a very long time, and since they started taking it in now, it have not affected anybody positively. Rather, it keep affecting people negatively, and we cannot. The Biafrans cannot continue doing one thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different thing to happen. Nigeria has proven over the years that they hate the Biafrans. And if you're a Biafran and you are waiting for them to tell you how much they hate you, then you are not worth being a Biafran. Nigeria hates you with passion. The Islamic State hate you with passion, and they will do everything. They will do everything. They will do everything to make sure that they terminate you from this surface. But the Biafrans has said no, never again, never again. This is the never again generation. This is the never again generation.
For example,
never again will the Nigerian terrorist state bully us and we sit back and do nothing. Never again will the Nigerian terrorist state bully our children and we sit back and do nothing. Never again will the Nigerian state. Never again. Never again. Never again will the Nigerian state bully us and we sit back and do nothing. Now is the time every man will rise up and hold the bull by the horn. And will get that freedom, that life that we have ever dreamed of. Because if you sit down and every day you're lamenting about your situation, the truth is that nothing will change until you stand up and begin to change something and begin to do things differently. Things will begin to change differently. Thank you so much, Biafrans. We'll be stopping it here. I want to salute each and every one of you that are here. Many people did not comment. It's only our sister Margaret. Okay, Cyprian joined us. Cyprian, I salute you from here. It's unfortunate I don't even have access to my message this thing anymore. So I salute each and every one of you that
you might be hearing from.
I greet you all for being there. I salute each and every one of you for always being there. Margaret, my sister, I salute you. Cyprian Ogochukwu, I salute you. And every other person that we are not opportune to comment so I can see them, I salute you anywhere you are. May Elohim continue to guide and protect you and give you long life to see Biafra come. May he guide you in everything that you do and bless you in everything that you do that you're making money from. Good things that you're doing that you're making money from. God will bless it, that you continue to support this movement until our freedom is achieved. Thank you. See you later in the evening today. We'll be coming back. I promised us I'll be back and I'll be bringing some videos for you to encourage us, because we need men and women that will be pushing and reminding us of where we are going. and where we are going is a place of safety. Thank you so much for being there. May Elohim continue to make his light to shine upon you. May he be gracious to you and be kind to you, both now and forevermore. He say, thank you so much. See you in the evening.